Hey guys, it's a pleasure to see you all here. And first of all, I want to get you all comfy, make some drink, because today we had talks about technical stuff, high availabilities, replications, some business cases from our partners and also the Sergey. Well, this mostly will be about you. So our community and your impact on our life, and also some stuff that we try to do to help you, and to help you use the Zabbix. But the topic itself, like the value of shared knowledge, and I guess the first question might be like, what knowledge? And shared where? What are we talking about? So, to make it simple, today we'll be talking about knowledge that you share in the internet, in the social networks, the books, the stuff that you tell your colleagues, friends, and any other Zabbix fans. It's also the same that all of you do here for these 2 days. All of the speakers, all of the attendees, and all the members are sharing the knowledge. The talks during the coffee breaks are also about the Zabbix, and all of that helps. But for today's talk, I'm not talking only about giving the speeches or talking face-to-face about the Zabbix. Even any input in the social media, like pressing a like or saying a thank you or saying yes, it works, is also sharing your knowledge about the product and something that people made. So what's the problem when this knowledge is simply not enough? What happens? For me, the first idea that comes in mind, when you have the situation when you start something new. Let's say you just started to use Zabbix, you know that it is awesome monitoring software, but you don't have any experience with it. And you know that you need to deploy it in your company, but unfortunately, for some of the reasons, you face an issue, and you don't know how to solve it. What do? You find out that there is a Zabbix forum, you register, you create a topic, hey guys, please help, I am having some minor issue, and you go to make yourself a coffee, thinking that okay, probably in like 5 minutes, I will have a response, I will have a help from the Zabbix community, but when the shared knowledge is not enough, this happens. Like this. Screenshot from the Zabbix forum. Okay, it's not that old, it's the 1st October. The guy wants to do the migration from the MySQL to the Postgres. How many of you have done migration from the SQL to the Postgres? You can raise your hands. 1, 2, 3, something around 10. How many of you heard about it? More, like 20, 30 people. And how many of you, let's say, know some feedback from somebody else who might be doing that, where you know some possible issues that might be happening? Raise your hands. Around the same, plus a couple of peoples. So I would be really glad if all of you who has something to say would find this post and answer this guy. The stuff that you know. Unfortunately, just today I figured out that it would be more easy if I would also provide a URL. But do your Google stuff. And remember that when somebody responds to your topic in the forum, that person receives an email. It would be pretty funny to see the reaction of the people, the person who created it, to receive 500 emails that somebody responded to your post. Right? Then, another case. You want to monitor something. I think nobody did this. And you simply cannot find how to do that. So you decide that, okay, probably I will have to invent a new feature, a new functionality, template, module, plugin for the Go agent. And if you create it, it works, but you don't share it in and for the community, nobody else will know about it. And this screenshot is from the Reddit. Actually, like 6 months ago, I didn't even knew that we have our own channel in the Reddit. And for this, it was really difficult to find some topic, some post without an answers. It was a page 24 or something where I finally found one topic with 0 comments. So the question is, what we can do to avoid these situations? And the answer is pretty simple, right? If something is not enough, we need to create more. And From our side, we also try to create more. To create more content for our community, for the beginners of the Zabbix, also for some people that, let's say, are more expertise in this software and have a bigger experience. So this is how the Zabbix YouTube series started. And I noticed that actually it was, I think, around 60% of attendees that have heard of this. So if you don't, then in the Zabbix official YouTube channel, you can find the Zabbix series playlist. And also I have a QR code here. Probably won't work that far from the end, but after the speech you can find it. What we do there, we talk about the Zabbix, starting from the most simplest topics like how to install the Zabbix server or how to configure the Zabbix proxies, ending up with how to choose your database. We have quite a lot supported database engines, but which one is the best and why? So that is what you can find. Also the monitoring, how to monitor this, how to monitor that. You know that Zabbix agent has active and passive checks, so we're talking on which one is better. In some cases, it might be a passive check. In other cases, it will be an active. Then, first of all, before we get to this point, when it all started. And actually, it started around a little bit more than a year ago, when I believe I was just sitting in my work and watching some videos about a Zabbix and figure out like, hey, I think I could do that. And the same day I came home and recorded the first video about the Zabbix at my home, at my computer, without the actual face, so just the screencast and a microphone. Why I started it? I guess it's just the lack of conversations about a Zabbix, about a monitoring, about an open source, and different kind of ideas. Not only the basic stuff, how to monitor network devices or the servers, but also something absolutely uncommon. And at that moment, I feel that I just cannot stop talking about all of that, which might seem a little bit surprising for those who know me a little bit closer. Because on a day-to-day basis, I don't like talking too much. How it all started. In our Zabbix main office, headquarters in the Riga training room. For those who visited us during the Open Doors days, you probably saw this place. What we had, basically everything from our homes. So the camera, microphone, table from the same room where we're doing the trainings, and this wall, we figured out it's good enough to be a background for our videos. Problems for creating these videos, and at least for me, the biggest one is really mind games. Because for me, there's always a question, what if it's not going to be good enough? What if something that I'm going to create or tell will not be true? And somebody will write like, hey, you're wrong. It doesn't work like that. And like infinite chase after perfection. Trying to make a perfect video, which is simply not possible. When I just started doing this, I think I tried around 20 times, and I stopped after a first sentence, like, hey guys, today we're gonna talk about this. And I thought that it's not good enough, so stop and do it again. Also, technical stuff, right? It's not that easy to make a video with proper quality, sound quality, and also the content. So this is the place when your feedback helps. And you can find some comments. The sound, I know, it's been a pain for many videos, but I think now we're finally solved it out. And also your comments. In any videos we tell, like, post your feedback, ask your questions, suggest what should we make. And even if you won't find our answer under your comments, trust me, we see those comments and we take them into account for the future videos. What else? The Zabbix Blog. How many of you are subscribed or day-to-day check the Zabbix Blog for the new articles? Raise your hands. Not too much. I would expect more. So, what you can find in our blog. Many different life stories, use cases, performance tests, like the most recent and the most popular one was performance tests on the timescale DB, right? Where else can you find this information? Especially about compatibility with the Zabbix, not about any other software. Some use cases, like you can see some familiar names, also the interview from the Zabbix conference this year. And you might think, cool, these guys made to the blog. I wish I could. And the thing is that all of you can. Even if you think that you have to be a Zabbix employee or somebody else to get your article or the blog post published in our official blog, it's not true. If you don't like to make videos, you don't want to talk face-to-face or give a speech in a Zabbix summit, but you like writing and you like to write blogs, just send us the link or the article, and there's probably a high chance that it's gonna appear in our official blog. What else? All about that community, right? The social activity, custom-made solutions, the GitHub. How many solutions about the Zabbix do we have there? Grafana, community-made solution. Templates in the Zabbix share, and also, of course, the books and tutorials. My LinkedIn profile is full with information about the Zabbix, and not by the Zabbix official channel. All the community members try to find something new, something interesting, something that would bring additional value for other users and post information about it, which we highly appreciate, of course. Instagram. All my life I was thinking that this platform is to post the pictures from your vacations. And try to search for #Zabbix. Look how many posts you will find there. And also pay attention on the interesting thing. Brazil, Latin America. These guys are also doing a big input in all the community stuff that you can find in the internet. So, thank you. Reddit. Actually, I don't know, I really prefer this platform, and basically each day open it and check for some new posts and also try to help people. Then, integrations. Zabbix.com integrations page, you know that we can monitor really a lot of things. Even if for some of them we don't have an official template, visit the integration page, search for what you need, and most likely you will find a solution that will suit your needs. Most of them are also made, maintained, documented by our community members. Meetups. It is really fantastic that people tend to organize a meetup, gather a group of people, and simply talk about the Zabbix. So talk about a monitoring software, talk about how you can use it in your companies or simply day-to-day basis, share experience, share the problems and possible solution for all of that. And again, you don't have to be the special person to organize a meetup. Visit the Zabbix.com page under the community section. You will find tiny requirements that you need to follow to organize and also get help from the Zabbix members and the Zabbix company for your meetup. Books. Not everybody likes to watch videos. Not everybody likes to read the posts in the internet. Some people still prefer the paper. And it's really fantastic that we still have really books about a Zabbix, about a monitoring solution, starting from, I don't know which is the oldest one, 2015, I guess, on this 13, on this screen. Still, the latest one is published this year. And I know that we have some of the creators of this books in here, in the Zabbix Summit. So again, one big thank you to you all. Much more. Each day I am getting surprised more and more and more that in all the places where people talk about different stuff in the internet, you can also find information about the Zabbix. Good thing that nowadays in the internet you can search by a hashtag. and you can add a hashtag to any of your posts. So if you're somewhere in social platform or some internet place, try searching hashtag Zabbix, and I think you'll find a lot of interesting things, posts, pictures, stories, and other stuff. And at the end, for the conclusion, I think this was the most difficult slide for me, because we're kind of talked about the things that we all know, right? Sharing is good. It is good to give some feedback. It is good to share a template if I created it. And all of you are actually doing that. You are creating those posts, you are creating those tests, performance tests, sharing how it is to run a Zabbix in a Docker containers in a production, sharing your problems and solutions, how to solve them. So any next new member who faces these issues, he can simply get on your posts by Googling, because that's the first thing that people do. So for the conclusion, I want to just thank you all. Thank you all for the input in our community life, for all the stuff that you create and share online, for all the feedback, suggestions, maybe the negative or positive comments. All of that is simply awesome. So once again, thank you, and that's all from me for today.